What's up, YouTube? It's been 30 minutes past the market close. Let's hit a speed run. I'm trying to enjoy this weekend. Yeah, we just stopped trading after we took that, but let's run through. First trade of the day, we got AMD +1 at 07.99. I'm pretty sure it was on this bar right here. Trying to go long off this momentum. 99. Poked above, didn't really follow through. What can I say? What could I really say about that guy? One lot, 99. Had my stop at the whole number or below this bar. And yeah, just no follow through. Just walked down to the stop and stopped out. But name entered on the elephant bar. EB plus position. Not like +1.5. Not exactly here, but not too far. Decent gap up, from yesterday's close. Risk only had one loss, so good. This was a $85 loss. I don't see anything wrong. Good position, good bar. First bar was a neutral bar, don't do anything. Second bar gave us power. Entered, followed through by a couple cents, and then just walked through all the way. And there was no way I was going to use max loss down here. This is a fat amount of space. 07.15 to 06.20. That's like $1. That's that's literally my max loss per trade. I can't afford that. So my event it was, and it just stopped out. No follow through. Valid trade. No follow through. So this one was good. I gotta get a microphone because the audio is trash. Oh shoot. Valid trade. Good name and position. Just got no follow through. Price walked its way down to stop, and we enforced the stop. Good risk management. That's all I could really say about that trade. Second trade was on Square. So it was similar to the AMD. The position being here, you get the slight gap up, boom. Came down, I went here, 2 lots I believe. I was gonna go 3, but had a bit of slippage. And again, triggers, but double dip got my ass. Boom, stop out, minus 77. Let me put the 8 on there for the visual because it was off a rising 8 right there. Name, pullback. This is a green bar reversal. Puts in a green bar at the 8. Next bar goes and triggers over the high. So I take it 1 cent above the high. GBR green bar reversal position is rising 8, and this position is also like +2, so it's valid to go long. Risk, good. And this was just a prone double dip scenario because it has so much space to the 20 to pull back. Like, it just has space to fill the gap, you know. But even then, if I stopped out on the double dip, I should have got back in on the double dip, right? But then I went back to trade AMD. AMD like had the same setup. Again, valid name and position. Just got no follow through. Price had space to fill the gap. Wait for the MA, for the 20 MA to catch up, and that's what it did. It filled in about 50% of the gap. But I was out on the double dip. These trades are prone to the double dip because it still has space to retrace. Just look at it. Look at this. So envision what this gap is. What is it? From here, opens here, right? In fact, there's just the whole move. Let's pretend the gap is here, moves up all the way here. Split this thing in half, right? Around here, right? Bottom half, upper half. The first time it triggers is where I entered, over the top here. But as you can see, what does it do? It bounced, triggered, I got in, falls, double dip because it has space still. Look at this moment. When I got in, the 20 was still down here. There's still a lot of space to be filled. And that's what it did. Boom. But that's okay. If I stopped out, I should have gotten back in, but I was to trade AMD. They both moved the same, but I was just focused on AMD. But the double dip over here, and it's perfect. Right on the 20. Your entry is above the 50% mark of the move. And yeah, it goes. You get an ad here. Stop. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, looks good. Okay. And that was square. Minus 77 bucks, right? Oops. Yep. And then back to AMD. So let's get this out of here. So I did miss the first trigger on AMD, but I took it on square, got stopped out, came back. AMD also double dipped, right here, boom. You place your stop here, would have nicked you out, but like that 20 is coming to save you. And what do? Boom, 2 lots, stop. And this is where it gets hard because I start adding. Because I add, I have to reduce risk. And then like the trade just gets tighter. So I put one here, and then I put another one here. And I move my stop under the 5-minute bar. This one right here. No, this one. So this triggered a tail bar takeout on the 5-minute, and I put my stop right there. As you can see, it wicks out. I get nicked out, which is unfortunate, but had to reduce risk. 0690. My stop was at 89. I'm pretty sure that's where I got out on the 4 lots. 89, yep. So 89, where is that? Around there. Around here. And I get nicked out about 4 lots. End up losing 112 bucks. That bar was kind of abnormal though, based on the other bars that were preceding it. But I understand. Maybe I should have had separate stops. Stops on the ad and stops for the pivot. The original right here. Because this original one never got stopped out. But I was getting a bit oversized, and I didn't want to, like, my loss is a bit bigger than normal already, and I didn't want to completely like bust and get a big loser. So pull back color change. And then you got the ads, which are also color changes. Position. And I added because they were like close to the original, not far away like here, you know. Position is rising 20. This is like that same +2 position as well, or 1.5, whatever I called it. Risk was we'll give it like half a check. A bit oversized. Entries were on point for this one. However, started stacking too much size. And that always means that I will have to tighten up my stop to manage risk. So that's exactly what I did. And at 7, there was sort of a news bar. Came down, and we got nicked out of the trade. In hindsight, I could have argued that I should have waited for the 20 to break, but once it gets to a certain point, I have to respect my max loss per trade, because that's why it's my max loss per trade. And for all I could have known, that bar had every possibility to close as strong and solid at its lows. and continue down. If I held the position, I would have held the loser, and it would have gotten way bigger and out of control than I would want. Sure, getting nicked out is frustrating, but discipline rules over everything. And following your plan. So, I don't think I did anything wrong. Maybe just ads were a bit heavy, I guess. Maybe could have gone with 3 lots instead of 4. And that would have been okay for me to put my stop down here at the pivot, but like, yeah, it wicked out. This bar is not a normal bar. Just think about it. Think about it. Bro, this bar looked like this. It looked freaky, okay? It looked like this in full time. Okay, maybe not that fat, but it looked like this in full time, real time. What could I have possibly thought when I see a big red bar like this going against me? That it's gonna wick out? No. I have to control. My only job is to control the losing side. If this thing pops up, okay, keep going up in my favor. But if this thing starts like getting big against me, my only job in this trading thing is to cut my loss. I had to do what I had to do. Took a no. That's fine. But anyways, that's why I got my re-entry game, right? Because it did set up a perfect tail after like scaring me out. But hey, we got 1 lot on that. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Boom. Max stop, or event stop, of course. Event. Then we had, oh wait, it was +2. I'm tripping. I remember how I did it. +2 here with a max loss. So I was in at 48. I had my stop at the whole number, 07. Here-ish. 07. Yeah. Max. Then get the first color change right on this 20. What do? 1 more. Average price is now 07.50. 3 lots. Could risk 33 cents. So I move my stop up to 07.17, which is here. Which is fine to me because it's still below the 20 and everything, and below this big bar. And then pops up, gives me that new high. I'm waiting for this thing to. I have an order thrown out at 109 up here, but I learned from yesterday, if it decides not to give me that follow through, I will have to take some partial on the way when it falls back. So I did lock in 0850 on 2 lots. I believe this bar right here. Yeah, 0850. I take 2 off on this bar right here. 2 off. And then I turn on the 13 MA because it's also one of the Fib MAs, Fibonacci. Get the color change here. I'm adding 1, and I have 2 left. I have my stop right at my break even, and just falls through, and I'm out of everything. Yeah, that's the trade. So tail bar, and you got the color change, position, rising 20, risk was good. This one was plus 205. This was the last trade for the day. I did believe that this was going to get to 110. So first I had my orders at 109. And then I looked at the other time frames. Where could this possibly go? Free space on the 5 to go. Free space on the 15 minutes to go. Daily is into this 20, but daily is kind of like a large time frame. So I look at 1 hour for guidance. And this is like the only resistance in the way. The 200 here, which is around that 110 whole number. And then you got this previous price action, also around 110. And that's exactly where it got to, like 6 cents poke above 110. But I'm trading the 2 minutes, so I guess the noise took me out. I mean, look at it. This did this counts as a break of the 20, so the trade would have been over anyways. Like, it broke the 8 a long time ago, broke the 13. This bar breaks below the 8. Like, it's a whole different trade than just looking at the 1 hour, you know. Here, obviously, bar by bar, you would have like gotten a lot more, but on the 2 minute, it's a bit noisier, but the trade was over, you know. But it's good to see. That's where you can check my live trading video. I checked the charts, and I did say that I would think that it was going to go to 110, and so yeah, that's exactly where it got to, this 200. Or I thought it was going to go to this 1 hour 200 at least. So that's nice to see that materialize. Next time I just got to catch it, right? Boom, boom. Great re-entry after getting nicked out. Good application of yesterday's lesson. Learning from your mistakes already and making sure to lock in at least partial if the profits, if the price doesn't follow through extra like you want. Try to add on the pullback. It was looking bullish off the 13 with the color change and tail bar, but no follow through. So we're out. Price also ended up breaking the 20 with the 2-bar break. At the end of the day though, it rolled up to 110, the 1 hour 200, which was the zone I was looking for on the 2 minute to ride it up to. But all MAs broke on the 2 minute. So that's a whole different trade. Aside from what I took. So those are the trades for today. Let's see how we could have re-entered. Came back up. See, on the 2 minute, this is sideways, okay? You can't say that that's not sideways. Does it catch here finally? Potentially, let's see. It looks like it possibly is. No, it's still going back and forth. Pretty uncertain. Okay, there you go. See, 1, 2, 3. Now you're getting some momentum. This could trigger over this top right here for a tiny risk to reward. Yeah, that's beautiful. There's your ad. Does it go? Does it go? I mean, I guess you barely got a new high. If you didn't get in, might trigger again right here. That's beautiful. You're trailing your stop below that bar. Again, the pullback or the drift of the MAs, trigger and going. I don't know if I would call this a break yet. It's like a pokey. Gets kind of messy here. And then, yeah, it breaks here. Overall, it did end up going higher, as I thought. Check out the other stocks that we have. Apple, a bit sideways for the day. This off the 20. Looks like there was a trade maybe. Barely. Bubba went up today, right? If I remember. Boom. Baba. Pull back to the 20 bop. That's nice. New highs. Take profit. And after it breaks, it becomes a totally different trade. There's your short. There's your other trigger. There's your other trigger. This one stops out. And then it gets a bit messy. It seems. But it's Friday afternoon. I don't really care to trade. Let's just check these out. JPM went up nicely today with the violent bar at the beginning. Yeah, that's pretty violent. Clearing all this price to the left. Slamming into the 20. Bounce back. Boom, boom. Boom. Here's a beautiful tail bar off 20 and 200. Boom. Add. Nice. Trade is over here. Nice. Just looking at the open because that's what I be trading. Gap up. I don't really see any violence. So I don't know how I really would have entered on this to go long. Maybe you could try like a low risk, like the 20 MA hold. You could fill the gap in. Gap looks like this. Really went up to here, comes back 50%, holds at 20. As long as you have decent space to the 200, which in this case you did. Boom. 1, 2, 2 to 1 to the 200. I probably got you 4 to 1 at the top. Nice books at the end, huh? Oh, this went down. This bar, no follow through. Gets under the 20. Boom, clearing bar right here. Starts triggering some trades right here. Does it go down? Goes a bit sideways, but ultimately I don't think it stops you out. Here, your stops would have been here. Maybe this nicked you out, but it triggered again. Goes a bit sideways, but clears down. Then it starts kind of grinding down. This broke. So this is like a whole different trade. Starts grinding up. Breaks. Gets choppy, sideways. Yeah. Not the cleanest trends. It's a Friday. Oh, what is this? UL? Let's check this out. Where is it drop? Here's your bar that dropped into the 200. This ain't no bounce, bro. This damn near wiped out this. So this bar gets under. Low key would have stopped out if you had an event stop. Not even low key. Enter here. Stop here. Stop out. You get the pullback. Gets a bit messy, but ultimately does trigger and go down. Triggers again here. Triggers again there. Breaks. Trade is over. Goes sideways. Gets up. Bullish momentum now. Will this trigger over the top? It does. Will it go? Triggers again. Will it go? It does. That wasn't too bad. The long. Back into the 200. Does it break through? Low key, like grinding up. And then probably out on this bar. This bar breaks, closes below. This one goes further. You're out on the 2-bar break. And then it drops heavily. Yeah. That was today. Lost a bit less than an hour today. And now we got a weekend to chill and catch up on some schoolwork. Thank you guys. Peace.